First of all, I will read the TM4C123GI6PM header file. After that, header file for the C standard library, function prototypes for motor, ultrasonic sensor, and for the servo motor have been defined in the beginning. Some miscellaneous functions are also defined to be used in the program. Variables to be used in the program. I've started with some miscellaneous functions that are used in the program. Look right, look left, and read distance functions. Look right enables the function to rotate the servo at 45 degrees and read the distance there. Look left rotates the servo at 135 and reads the distance there. These two enable the robot to measure the distance in left and right. Read distance function reads the distance. Then come the functions for motors. Port B is being used to control the motors using the L298N motor driver. Functions have been defined to move the robot in forward, backward, left, right. Move forward moves the robot in forward direction. Move backward moves the robot in backward direction. Turn right and turn left. Move robot in right and left direction. After that comes the functions for servo. Timer 1 is being used to create delays. It is being configured as a 216-bit timer. It is used in periodic mode with countdown. Servo 45 degrees rotates the servo at an angle of 45. Servo 90 rotates the servo at an angle of 90. Servo 135 rotates the servo at 135 degrees. Appropriate delays to control the servo have been provided as found in the datasheet of the servo motor SG90. Timer 0 is being used to control the ultrasonic sensor. It is used in periodic mode with input capture and count up. Port A is being used to control it. Measure D function gives the distance. It implements the calling of no interrupt status register to record the transition from low to high on the echo pin and capture that moment in the high edge variable. Same is done in the low edge variable for the instance. When the signal goes from high to low, the difference between gives the width of the pulse, multiplying it with the period of the microprocessor, and the speed of the sound gives the distance. After that comes the main function. All the needed functions are initialized at the beginning in the main function. After we start the robot, it measures the distance in all the directions to know its present position. Appropriate delays have been given. In the while loop, the robot moves in the forward direction and stops in case a hurdle comes in front of it, then looks right, looks left, measures that distance, and then decides to move left or right according to the given condition. And this goes on, and the rover moves. First of all, I have included the TM4C123GA6PM library. After that, I have included the C standard library. After that, I have defined a macro 1 millisecond count. I have enabled and disabled interrupts. After that, I have defined the prototypes for system initialization, port initialization, UART peripheral initialization, and other functions. I have defined the system handler to print number of milliseconds elapsed using the sprintf function in the C standard library. Here I have initialized system timer. Port A is used as UART. Pin 0 and 1 are used as TX and RX respectively. UART 0 peripheral initialization. Line control register is configured for 2 stop bits and no parity and using the baud rate 9600. Here I have enabled TXRX and UART 0. After that I have defined send character and send string functions using the pointers. Here I have initialized all the required functions. As you can see, there are no errors. Now I am going to download it in my microprocessor. As you can see, it shows the number of milliseconds elapsed